Doug, I feel that the exhibition is very successful on many levels, including a change in your technique and subject matter. To me, I sense a degree of looseness. Not that your other work was tight, but it seemed, this just seems almost that you can fall into the painting because it's a looseness. There's a feeling of I'm drawn in. And can you explain to me some of the techniques you use to achieve this type of effect?
Sure. Well, it is a lot more loose than a lot of my previous work, and some of that is the handling of material, but I think most of it's a change in attitude. About 5-6 years ago, I did a series of couch paintings, which came about because a friend of mine had a building that had been closed up for 30 years, and she invited me up to take a look at it. There were all these old couches. I started painting those, and found that I was just, because I didn't have the pressure of trying to replicate landscape in the same way, I could be much more facile. And for a while I thought, well, I need to find more couches, but I realized it wasn't about the subject matter. It was just about what my attitude was of painting. And so a lot of that relieved me from some of the agenda setting, where I could be much more loose and fun and fast, because everything in this show I've done in the last year, and you only able to achieve that when you're moving quickly, and not that I don't spend time and consternation trying to resolve these pieces, but I've given myself the freedom to lay paint down, make an assessment, and then move on. But I'm still very interested in how I'm applying paint. I use impasto and glazing, and really I'm concerned about the surface, and I want the work to have a fluidity that you can get from someone who's being more improvisational.
Well, I think it has really worked. I feel almost, although you're a representational painter, there's some abstraction going on.
Yeah.
You've left some things out.
Yeah.
I think that activates the viewer's mind to participate in, what is really there.
Yeah, and I think that's really true. There's some pieces like this Sunday Morning, which is a direct reference to Hopper's Sunday Morning. And I love Hopper. There is that kind of pervasive autumnal sense of loss that his work carries that I've always felt an affinity towards. But the thing I like most about Hopper is his willingness to embrace abstraction and leave areas that have real painterly moments, and finding those opportunities for painterly moments is something that really engages me as an artist as well.
I see, especially in some of the ones with the night scenes, that leaving these areas, like you said, painterly moments, there is that feeling of isolation, even though you see sometimes automobiles and there evidently are people around somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But there is this element of like blocking out, or blocking in, I should say, blocking out too, but where you can focus on it, and instead of showing every little wood grain or whatever, as I'm looking at the Green Gables painting, there's just something about it that it almost floats. I mean, it becomes more than just a realistic interpretation. There's something very soulful about it. And, you've taken it beyond an artful rendering with wonderful painting techniques and skill, it becomes something that actually, to me, almost floats off the wall.
Yeah.
That may seem crazy, but
No.
I mean...
Well, and that's really one of the things I'm wanting to do. I mean, I'm very much about color, and there is expressive color in these works, but establishing a value scale and sensitive color arrangements so that it is feels like a real tangible space, that there is a dimensionality to it. And to do that and be loose, which sometimes by its very nature is flattening, to do both those things is the dance. And for me, when a painting works, it can achieve those agendas.
Well, Doug, I just have to say I'm quite happy and impressed with this exhibition, and I thank you for agreeing to show here, and I hope people come out to the exhibition because they'll be very interested and happy that you made it. They're just wonderful, and again, thank you, Doug.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks.